Hi guys, I'm in the kitchen and I'm trying out a new recipe with salmon. It was the only thing that I had left in my freezer, salmon, and I was like, I need to cook this salmon, and I didn't want to do the regular herb crusted salmon that I always do, so I went online and I found this new recipe that I'm going to try out. And the recipe is peppery brown sugar salmon, and I found it on EzraPoundcake.com. I guess it's I just typed in, you know, brown sugar salmon, so yeah, we'll see how it turns out. See you in a few. Stop playing. Stop playing. Okay, so I have my salmon here, and I have a mixing bowl because I'm gonna have to mix my dry ingredients. I have brown sugar, I have lemon pepper and onion powder, and then I have melted butter. And my stove, my oven is preset to 425, which okay, so now the recipe calls for me to mix together all of my dry ingredients. I have 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, and I'm actually using light brown sugar because that's the only thing that I had available, which should be fine. I guess it's not as strong as dark brown sugar. And it says to mix in half a teaspoon of lemon pepper and then half a teaspoon of onion powder, which is what I have in this bowl here. So I'm going to just add that to the mixture. And then it says to add a teaspoon of black pepper. So I'm just going to eyeball it. I like black pepper. And so all of my dry ingredients are here, and I'm just going to mix it together. I'm using a fork so I can break apart the big chunks of brown sugar. I've mixed together everything. That looks about good. So now the recipe says to brush my salmon. It says to pat the salmon dry first. So my salmon is dry, and so I'm just going to brush it with butter. I like butter. Like Paula Deen. So I'm brushing each salmon fillet like so. Smooth side down so that you can get seasoning into the grooves of the meat. That's what I was trying to say. Okay. So now I'm going to add my dry ingredients, and I know that I've already mixed the measurements in this bowl, but I like a lot of flavor, so I'm just gonna go over it again with a little bit of onion powder. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes the recipes, they be rationing out the ingredients with the measurements. So I'm just gonna do it lightly because I know it's kind of supposed to be like a sweet brown sugar, but I'm just running over the meat really quickly just to make sure. And if it doesn't turn out good, trust me, I will let you guys know to just follow the regular recipe instructions. Okay, so now I'm going to just sprinkle on, and it says to sprinkle it over each fillet. Then I'm going to go back and pat it down. Make sure each fillet gets enough brown sugar. Ooh, I think that's more than enough. I think that's about good. And then I'm just gonna pat it on there gently. The instructions say to gently pat the seasoning on. Okay, so it didn't say to cover it. I kind of felt like I wanted to put foil on top of it, but I'm going to try to follow the instructions, and it just says place it in the oven at 425, which is what I did. So I'm going to set my timer for 15 to 20 minutes, and we'll see how it turns out. Hi guys, I just had to check on my salmon. Look at it. It's in there and it's bubbling. I sprayed the pan with pan butter flavor cooking spray, and I don't know if that's what's causing it to bubble, maybe the brown sugar as well, but I don't know. My fillets were kind of thin. The instructions said to leave it in the oven for like 20 to 25 minutes, but I just set my timer to 15 minutes because I think that they're really thin and I don't want them to overcook. So. Okay, so it's ready. Ooh. It looks good, it looks tender. I'm glad I didn't leave it in for 20 minutes, which would have been 5 more minutes because like I said, my pieces were really thin, but it's looking good. So I'm gonna plate this and let you see how. Okay, so I finished and here's my plate. Here's the salmon. It looks really, really good. And I just do some seasoned rice with it, broccoli, and a cornbread muffin. And now I'm gonna taste the salmon. It's very moist already, I can tell. And it is very good. Very good. And I'm gonna just tell you that. It's really good. Guys, I just had to come back and let you know that this salmon is off the chain. It really is good. The black pepper is really good. I added extra seasoning for if you like flavor. And this salmon is packed with a lot of flavor. And also another tip is if it says leave it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes, temperatures are different and they vary. So leave it in the oven or set my timer for 10 minutes less. So that way you can check on it, because my salmon was fixed or finished before, 20 minutes. It only took about 15 minutes to cook because the meat was very thin. So you do want to make sure that you adjust your time and make sure that you go and check it a little bit before. You don't just want to go with what the recipe calls for in terms of time and length of cooking. You guys try it, do a video response, let me know how you like it. See, I gotta finish my food.